Shut up! I'll get to you later. God. I was up all night finishing that episode. Got like 2 hours sleep. Oh well, I can take my time on the second one. It's not like anybody watches these things before, you get like 5 episodes done. Let's see how we did. Son of a bitch! Hello, followers of the Third Way. A lot of you have been asking me if your character is manly. Some of you nicer than others. Today I'm going to answer that with the help of the Man Tier. The Man Tier is a document that the sages spent years developing. This list outlines all the characters in Brawl and ranks them on their inherent manliness. Some of you may argue that the game has only been out for a few months, and a few years' research are impossible at this point. Not true. Our top sages were so determined to get this list to you as early as possible that they developed a time machine and then hand-delivered it to me from the year 2015. It was that important. Let's start with the top 5 characters in the Man Tier. These 5 characters represent the pinnacle of manliness in Brawl. It would be difficult to play any of these characters in an unmanly fashion. Number 5 is Ganondorf, Lord of Evil. He may be a clone of Captain Falcon, but it takes a pair of steel ones to fight with your bare fist when you could have used a sword the whole time. Also, his down air is kinda cool. Number 4 is Bowser. Not only does Bowser throw his entire massive girth into almost every one of his attacks, but Bowser has the manliest way of taking an opponent down with him. Number 2 and 3 are a bit controversial. The argument between who's manlier, Ike or Captain Falcon, is a heated one. On the one hand, every single one of Ike's moves is manly by itself. It's almost impossible not to get a manly kill with Ike. On the other hand, Captain Falcon can do this. Ultimately, we went with Captain Falcon because of seniority. That leaves number 1. The top of the Man Tier is reserved for a character of such absolute manliness that there is no question to his greatness. It's a character that everyone was a little shocked when he got in, but he's made his place in the lineup nicely. This combatant is so manly that the entire game is a walk in the park for him. Every part of his body has been trained and honed to be a living weapon. He is literally bursting at the seams with manliness, and could probably defeat everyone in the game in his sleep. I am, of course, talking about the one, the only, the unforgettable, Jigglypuff. It should come as no shock that Jigglypuff took the first spot. Jigglypuff defies the definitions of manliness and makes it his own. While everyone else is out fighting their hearts out, Jigglypuff is busy doing something completely different. It's that exact same spirit that makes Jigglypuff the king of all manliness. We salute you, Jigglypuff. The rest of the Man Tier is a little bit fuzzy. The difference between characters as the list goes on varies drastically. The difference between Ganondorf and Bowser is not nearly as big as the difference between Ice Climbers and Lucas. As a rule of thumb, you should consider characters in the top 15 manly. Characters in the middle 20 are almost manly, and the last 15 are unmanly or unplayable. At this point, I usually get asked one of 2 questions. The first is, does playing a higher tier character make me more manly? And the second is, does playing a lower tier character make me less manly? The answer to both of these is no. Higher tier characters merely have more potential for manliness. Nothing is stopping a low tier character from having a manly moment. If a player is unmanly to begin with, playing a higher tier character won't help that at all. Likewise, you are not less manly for playing a less manly character. As a matter of fact, Accepting a low-tier character's manly limits and playing around them is one of the single manliest things a player can do. Let me give you a few examples. You could choose to play Captain Olimar without using his Pikmin. Or you could play Pit without using his spammy B moves. You could even choose to play with only one Ice Climber. Or you can, Look, just stop playing Meta Knight like an ass, people. Ultimately, the man tier exists for one reason, and one reason alone. To better our understanding of what is manly. The best thing a player can do is to understand why a character is high on the list, and then choose to play the character that they want to, keeping the ideals of the higher character in mind. If you're manly enough, it'll show in any character. Except for Marth. With those words, I leave you with yet another token of wisdom from the sages.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Truly words to live by.
Bring it. What? On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho when my new joint hit. Just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. That's it, now honey, come ride. DKNY, all up in my eyes. You got a Prada bag with a lot of stuff in it. Give it to your friend, let's spin. Everybody looking at me, glancing a kid. Wishing they was dancing a jig here with this handsome kid. Sick a cigar right from Cuba. I just bite it. It's for the look, I don't light it. Ill way to ammo on the hand, stay on play. Give it up, jiggy, make.
On the next episode of How to Play Brawl Like a Man, a brave captain must fight without the help of his allies. On the battlefield, all that remains is Solomar.